endlessly searching for an original sound.
You know what? Let's not go into it, because they'll find something we don't want to find. Sonic,
there we go. This fixes everything.
Okay, we're doing Sonic.Exe.
Nice one, Nick.
If we're gonna do Sonic.Exe, can we play the game afterward?
Yes, only for you.
Yeah. Perfect.
Let me get it set up on. Oh my God, it's beautiful.
How much autism can we have in one day?
This many.
We
of
can
it?
have enough autism to reach $500 on Patreon.
Ooh. Do we have enough autism to fill a bathtub?
Only
We
if
have
it's
enough
got naked children in it.
We have enough autism to potato.
We already
Toast, you're Canadian.
We potato
No,
twice.
Oh. Say, Toast is Canadian. We can put him in a bathtub. They won't know any better.
Toast is not Canadian.
I'm American.
Bathtub, you're Canadian for the next half hour. Get in the tub.
I'll get all soggy in there.
Stop trying to rape Toast. We need him alive.
Get it?
I'm not gonna rape him. It's gonna be the totally not a pedophile raping him.
For Jerry Pete's sake, get it?
I say you. So you just want to look at him naked in a bathtub?
Because
It's
I want kids
It's not pedophilia if you don't wank to it.
Jerk off.
anymore.
Oh my God! Every picture I find for this is fucking eye rape.
Is it worse than this Tails picture? Because already I feel like I want to die.
Yes.
I have my Nerf gun ready to put myself out of my misery.
Just swallow the barrel, man. Just swallow the barrel.
Oh
Just
no.
deep
I
breath
would,
that
but-
fucker.
I would, but it's a double barrel breech loader, and I don't think my mouth can open that wide.
Jesus Christ, Dank meme. That's dark. That's so dark I lost it at home, just like my father. Enough autistic kid to beat up an emo kid who hanged himself in the bathroom stall. It's not their fault, Dank memes. They thought it was a piñata.
Where the fuck are we going tonight?
Hell.
Oh, yeah.
Hell. Straight there.
I'd just like to remind everyone, thank you for the 8,000 subscribers. This is what you get because you got us subscribers.
I feel like the theme for tonight's episode would be AC/DC's Highway to Hell.
It really is. I've had a shit day. This makes it better. Torturing you guys gave my day some happiness.
Just in case
I'm looking
you
at
guys,
Ruby porn while we're doing this, so I don't care.
Just in case you guys don't understand the Jerry Pete stuff, I'm gonna put a link in chat to
Alright.
his Kiwi Farms thread. So you can look at
Just
that
give us
later.
the sum over of it.
He's a dude on the internet. He's a transgender. He came out as transgender a little while ago.
So,
He's basically a pedophile and he does stuff about bestiality. His first fan fiction was called Animal Magnetism, and it was about a Pokemon trainer having sex with his Pokemon. Or yeah.
oh my God, a fan has sent me that one to do. Not that I would do it
This
because I have
description.
limits.
This fucking description.
It's so kind.
Which description?
Jerry
Oh.
Pete, Lily Pete, Valkyrie Studios, Ball Spawn, plagiarizing pedophile pony reviewer who wants to kill Trump and his own parents, Troon, sociopath.
Hide your
I was
power
about to get to
level.
that.
I
About
just
to get to the
that
Trump
one.
part.
Oh my God, I almost want to read this Kiwi Farms thing, but I don't really want to start that kind of shit tonight.
Toast, what does the scouter say about his
I've
autism
seen
level?
him before.
9.
Okay, we should probably actually start.
I'll let you guys go because I might clock out soon.
Yeah, you worked. You have an excuse for running.
Ah.
Coward. Fucking pussy.
Hey, we lost the war. We don't have any incentive anymore.
You are just a chicken. Chip, 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 chip.
So are we doing Sonic or Sonic?
Sonic.
Chip, 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 chip.
And I know there's a Sonic.Exe, but I don't feel like fucking with my sound system for that one. Because every time you turn it lower, it gets louder. Not safe for work warning.
Ow.
Oh my God, this page is not safe for work or school. Go back now or else you'll have consequences. Now.
Consequences.
Oh
will
my God,
never
I love how
be
this starts.
the same.
Shut up.
I am God.
You're welcome. Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped upside down, and I'd like you to take a moment and just jerk right there. I'll tell you all about how I became the king of furtards.
So, wait, Christian?
Somebody needs to do a Christian creepypasta or troll pasta.
I was about to say his life is a troll pasta.
It really is. I'm a total Sonic the Hedgehog XXX fan, much
Jesus
like
Christ.
everyone else who doesn't have a brain. Wow. I like the newer games even though they suck ass tits. Ass tits are now a thing. But I don't mind playing the stupid classics. I don't think I've ever played bitchy or fucked games before. Though I don't think I want to play any after the experience I had. I'll do one more and then I'll tag out. It started on a nice summer afternoon. I was playing Sonic Unleashed. I liked how you can rape and pillage these whores. Until I noticed, out of my dick-sucking animal fucking incest autist furry vision, I regret picking this one.
God damn it, Christian.
That the mailman had arrived to put something in my... Is it the same fucking writer?
No.
No, I
Same
think,
story.
yeah, they're just making us...
You see, the fun thing about EXE stories, especially these troll pasta ones, is that they're based on the original Sonic.Exe. So they're all going to be similar in how they're written, specifically because these were made to make fun of Sonic.Exe.
I've never actually read the original Sonic one.
Oh, Jesus
That's what
Christ.
I said. If we read it, we got to play it.
It'll
so.
be in the next one, I promise. Okay, let's see. To put something in my mailbox as usual and left, except that he had blooding eyes. I paused my game to go see what I got in the mail. The only thing in the mailbox was a floppy disk case for computers or some shit, and a note. I took it up the ass.
Take a shot every time we see a profanity. I'm calling it right now.
Oh my god, I've had to say things in this sentence, in this paragraph alone. I never even would have said it in my entire life. Especially the dick-sucking animal fucking incest autist furry vision. Why did somebody walk by my room as soon as I said that?
The timing.
Oh god, that's terrible timing. I have to explain this shit in the morning.
So, sweetie, want to share your autism?
No, no one wants to share autism. That's how we got Christian.
But I thought it was forever.
It's worse than
Guys,
diamond.
sharing autism is even worse than sharing needles. Come on, man,
Sharing
you're
is
gonna catch
caring.
something that way. Just
I shared
chill out.
one autism once. And then they hung himself.
Is that when you got married?
Ouch.
Ow.
Hey,
He
be
comes-
nice to Jen.
He comes in here in peace and solidarity, and you cut him in the dick.
I didn't say Jen was the autist unless you're suddenly sharing her with people. You shared
No.
your autism with her, and I know for a fact you did. Oh, you all shit on me too.
It's okay to pick on autists, though.
Fuck off.
I figure, they get an extra chromosome. We should get something back.
You.
No, that's Down syndrome, isn't it?
So,
God damn it, I can't keep
going
track
next?
of all this shit.
who's going next?
Yeah, who is the next one?
All I can say is this is much like thermonuclear war. The only way to win is not to play.
Fine,
All right.
I'll go next. Fine.
Yeah, Toast, please save us from the autism. And now
No,
we're
no,
gonna
no,
get a bunch of
understand.
angry fucking fans that are screaming that we've said autism too much.
There are no safe places here. All there
Brad
is a
Mechanic
Sonic
shows up.
Sonic
That is our
IEC.
promise to you. There is nobody that will not be offended when we're done. You goddamn autistic cucks.
Bye, Patreon.
Let me compose myself. I looked at the note first and realized it was from my dear furry sex pal Kyle. Let's just call him that. Whom I hadn't heard from in 2 weeks. So I know that because I recognized his handwriting. Though, what was weird is how it looked. It looked badly written and scratchy and somewhat difficult to read, as if Kyle was having a hard time writing it down, did it in a hurry. Well, Maybe he was having smacks with somebody else? Ugh. The horror. This is what he wrote. My sexy whore. I can't take it anymore. I had to get rid of my virginity somehow before it was too damn late. And I was hoping you'd do it for me. I can't do it. He's after me. If you don't destroy the CD, he'll come after you too, honey. He's too fast. Please, Tom, destroy this Sonic Forsaken disc before he comes after you too.
So now we know what happened to MySpace.
Destroy the disc, and you'll destroy him. But do it quick, otherwise he'll rape you. Don't even play the game. It's what he wants. Just jizz on it, please. Gotta go as fast as...
Does anyone else want Toast to use that voice more often?
I thought that was actually Toast talking for real.
Oh. Oh. You're next, Minuteman. You're next. Well,
I'm sorry, Daddy.
That was certainly weird. Even though I'm literally a hyena fucker. Even though Kyle is my dear furry sex pal and I haven't fucked him in 2 weeks. I didn't do what he asked. I didn't think that a simple gaming or porn disc would do anything bad. After all, it's just a game or porno, right? Boy, was I fucking wrong. That shit's... Any fucking way. I looked at the disc. It looks like an ordinary computer CDR disc. Except it had black marker on it written Sonic.Exe, and it was much unlike Kyle's handwriting, meaning that he must have gotten it from someone else, like a pawn shop or eBay. Because it has to be eBay! When I saw Sonic written on the writing of the CD, I was actually aroused and wanted to play it, since I'm a big Sonic fan, and my cock got hard. I went...
I gotta interrupt real quick.
Stop
Okay. Nice one, Dank Memes. Toasty equals furry pedo, CNN.
That would be NBC.
How did
And
they
they'd be
know?
saying he's automatically alt-right.
Report, you decide.
Sorry.
Sorry, I saw that. I had to laugh.
Dank Meme gets 2 more shitpost points. Congratulations.
I went up to my room and turned on my computer to put the disc in and installed the game. When the title screen popped up, I noticed that it was the first Sonic game. And I was like, fuck yeah. Because, like I fucking said earlier, I liked the stupid classics. The first thing I noticed was that was out of place was when I pressed start. There was a split motherfucking second when I saw the title image turned into something much different. Something that I now consider retarded as fucking cliche before cutting to black.
I remember what the image looked like in that split second before the game cut to black.
Oh god, they're one-upping each other.
The sky had darkened because that's super scary. The tire emblem was rusted and ruined. The Sega 1991 was now Sega 666 because Satan is bad, and the water had turned red like blood, except it looked hyper-realistic, and there was sparm everywhere. But the most cliched and lamest thing that was in that split-second frame was Sonic. His eyes were pitch black, cliché, and blooding, with 2 glowing red dots staring right at me, cliché. And his smile had stretched wider up to the edge of his face because he was high on something. I was rather aroused about that image when I thought, though I figured that it was just a glitch and forgot about it, because that's what all people do. After it cut to black, it stayed like that for about 10 fucking seconds or so. And then another weird thing happened. The save file select from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 popped up. I was like, WTF, mate? What's this doing in the first goddamn Sonic game? Anyway, I noticed something off. The background was dark, cloudy sky of the bad Stardust Speedway level from Sonic CD, and there were only 3 fucking save files. The music was that creepy Caverns of Winter music from Earthbound, only it was extended and seemed to have been in reverse with a wicked dubstep beat, which is super scary. And the image for the save file, where you see a preview of the level you're on, is just red static for all 3 files. Someone take over.
That's your punishment.
Yeah,
Oh.
Dirty.
Oh,
Yeah, Toast, you should take over.
I'm back. What I missed?
What made me laugh out loud more was the character select. It showed only cum dumpster, nipples, and to my surprise, how to basic. Now, I was sure that something was up. I mean, how can you play as how to basic in a classic Sonic game for Satan fucking sakes? That's when I realized that this wasn't a glitchy game. It was a hacketed game. Dun dun dun! Yeah, it definitely looked hacked. It was really retarded. But as a smart sex freak, I wasn't scared, or at least I tried not to be because I'm bisexual. I told myself that it was just a hacked game and there was nothing fucking wrong with it. Anyways, shaking off the aroused out feeling, I picked file 1 and chose cum dumpster. And when I selected and got started, the game froze for about 5 seconds, and I heard a stupid pixelated laugh that sounded a lot like that Kefka retard from Unfinal Fantasy before cutting to black. This is supposed to make you crap yourself. I did.
But did you enjoy it?
Chrono, your turn.
Oh, no, Purity.
Nope, bitch, your turn.
Alright, which line are we on? The screen stayed black
I
for
like
10
that Chrono
seconds?
keeps thinking he can escape this.
Is it the screen stayed black for 10 seconds? I'm actually lost.
Toast, where did you leave off?
Make your crap yourself. I did. The screen stayed black for about 10 seconds or more. That is the next line.
The screen stayed black for about 10 seconds or more. Then it showed the typical title thingy, except the simplistic shapes were different shades of blood. Text showed Gatto, Act 1. The screen faded, and the title level vanished, revealing Cum Dumpster in the Shit Hill Zone from Sonic 1. The music was different, though it sounded like a happy-dappy melody in reverse. Cliche. Anyway, I started playing and had Cum Dumpster start running, like you would in any classic Sonic game, because I needed to stop calling these fucking classic. What was odd that as Cum Dumpster was running along the level, there was nothing but flat ground and a few trees. 5 minutes. Like super pimp-ass level design. That was when the happy-dappy crap started to lower down, cliche, into a slow, deep tones, very slowly, cliche, as I kept going. I suddenly saw something, and I stopped to freaking see what it was. It was one of those small animals lying dead on the ground, blooding. That was when the music started to slow down. And another cliche. Cum Dumpster had shocked and saddened look on his face. Which is odd since it's fucking pixels. And I never saw him have this before. So I had him move along. And he kept that worried look on his face. As it kept moving, I saw more dead animals. As Cum Dumpsters moved past, looking more and more worried. As the music lowers, again another cliche, and he moves past more dead animals. I was shocked to see how they all died. They looked like somebody killed them in rather gruesome ways. A squirrel was hanged on the tree with what appeared to be his poop maker hanging out. The bunny had all 4 of his limbs torn off, and a duck had his eyes ripped the fuck out and his throat slit. I was goddamn scared. Felt sick to my dick. Like the rhyme? When I saw the massacre, and apparently so did Cum Dumpster, even though he is just pixels. After a few more seconds, there was no more animals, and the music seemed to have stopped. I still kept Cum Dumpster to continue. After a minute has passed, after the music has stopped, Cum Dumpster was running uphill, and then he stopped. It was until I saw why. Sonic was there, on the other side of the screen, with his back against Cum Dumpster's. His eyes closed. Cum Dumpsters looked happy to see Sonic, but then his smile faltered, obviously noticing that Sonic wasn't responding to him, if not acting as if totally oblivious to Cum Dumpster's presence. Cum Dumpster walked towards Sonic, and I noticed that it was a cutscene, and I was being a complete retard. Kept pressing buttons.
Suddenly, I began to have a growing feel of dread and the sense to crap. As Cum Dumpster walked closer to
That
Sonic.
skipped.
Well, if you want it, you can take it.
You okay, by the way?
Yeah.
No, please. I get to relax. I'm fine with this idea.
Walk closer to Sonic to get his attention. I felt that Cum Dumpster, who was nothing but fake pixels, was in danger, and something bad was going to happen. I heard faint static growing louder. As Cum Dumpster was but inches away from Sonic and stopped, and stuck his cock out to touch his tra-la-la. That foreboding feeling in my butt was growing stronger, and I felt the urge to tell Dumpster to stay the fuck away from Sonic as the static grew louder. Even though there were fake pixels, I really must be an autistic retard. Autistic retard, Yoda is. Yes. Suddenly, in a split second, I saw Sonic's eyes open, and they were black with those red growing dots. Just like that title image, though there wasn't a smile. When that happened, the screen turned black and the static sound was dead. Preciouses. Precious. It stayed black for about 7 minutes, and then blue and red text appeared,
Forming a message saying, "Hey y'all, do you want to have butt sex with me? My name's Jim Bob Sonic." At this point, I was facepalming because this here crap was retarded. I'll tell you what. I didn't want to continue with this failure, but my own retardism got the better of me when I was taken to a different level with the level title now saying bondage and sex. This time, I was in the Devil Island level from Sonic 3, and it looked like everything was on fire! No, Hoshi, I'm okay. And someone else can take over.
Does anyone want to take over at this point?
I think Purity wants to.
Where did we leave off? What's the next line?
Cum Dumpster looked as though he was scared out of his wits.
It's this time.
Alright, I'll clock out now, guys. Have a good night.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Chicken, chip, 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 chip,
No,
chip.
he worked
I
today.
will concentration camp your ass so fast.
Heil Hitler!
Heil Goebbels. He took the most semen. Hail Cummies.
Oh my
Ah,
God,
motherland!
you two are fucking faggots.
Ugh,
Please
Alright.
don't masturbate on my stream.
but it's fun.
Cum Dumpster looked as though he was scared out of his wits. Cum Dumpster... why the fuck is that word fucking me up so hard? Cum Dumpster looked as though he was scared out of his wits this time. Even though he is just pixels, he actually looked at me, cliché, and made frantic gesturing to me as if he wanted to get out of the area he was in as fast as possible. But he is still pixels, so I was just like, fuck you. I was starting to get bored of this crap. By this fucking time, I mean Cum Dumpster was actually breaking the fourth motherfucking wall, trying to tell me to get him out of here, even though he is fucking pixels. I need to get my autism in check. So I pressed down on the arrow keys as hard as I fucking could and made him run as fast as he could. A pixelated version of that creepy theme when you meet Emo at the Ark. Oh, Shadow, okay. As How to Basic from SA2 was playing as I made Dumpster trek through the desolated forest, trying to help him escape from whatever he was trying to run from in-game, because this crap isn't real. Suddenly I heard that retarded laugh again, that awful Kefka laugh, right after 10 light years had passed, as I helped Dumpster run through the forest, and then I started seeing flashes of Sonic popping everywhere on screen. Again, fuck! With those black and red eyes. This goddamn cliche. The music changed to that suspenseful, drowning jingle as I see Sonic behind Dumpster slowly gaining up on him. Flying! Sonic wasn't running. He was actually fucking flying.
Yeah, he's still a jetpack.
The flying pose his sprite was making looked very similar to Metal Sonic's flying pose in Sonic CD. Except it's just Sonic and he had the black and red eyes again. Cliche. My god.
Bees.
Only
My god.
this time, he had the most deranged looking grin on his face. He looked as though he was enjoying the torment he was giving poor little fake pixelated Dumpster as he gained up on him to rape. I'll do one more, then I'll pass it off. Suddenly, when Dumpster tripped, another fucking scene. What is this, Resident Evil 5? The music stopped and Sonic vanished. Dumpster laid there and started crying like a bitch for 15 hours.
Does he look like a bitch?
The scene was rather funny to watch, and I laughed like hell because this crap is retarded. But then Sonic appeared right in front of Dumpster, and the little fuckface looked up in horror. Take it.
Toast.
I can keep going.
Blood started to come down those blackened eyes of Sonic's cliche as a grin slowly grew from his face as he looked down at the horrified Dumpster. I could do nothing but masturbate. Just in a split second, Sonic lunged at Dumpster for maximum rape. Right before the screen went black, there was a super loud screeching. Sorry, I had load on from the last.
Still stuck on the last one.
Yeah, it said super load. I'm sorry. Super loud screeching ear rape noise that only lasted 5 seconds. The blued red text returned only this time. It said, "Yours too slows one." It's Leet speak. What's going on? Wanna tries agains? And I had the choice to say yes or nope. But when I clicked nope because this shit sucks, the crap made me click yes, and then that retarded laugh came back and with it. Goddamn, I just got so fucking trolled by the game. I was so bored as fuck by what had happened. Did Sonic murder Dumpster? No, he couldn't have. He and Dumpster
He just raped him.
Best fuck buddies, right? I mean, why did Sonic do that to him? I winked the shock off as I brought back to the character select. The save file that had Dumpster was different. Dumpster was no longer in the box itself, but in the TV screen itself, which was flickering with that red static. Dumpster's expression made me vomit. His eyes were black and bleeding. Cliche. His orange fur had gone black because he is emo and he had the expression of anguish on his pixelated fucking face. Trying to ignore it, I picked Nipples next.
Nipples stinking.
No, Nipples the enchilada. The super cliche laugh came again and the screen cut to black again and stayed there for another 10 minutes. Because this time, the level said, "Yours too slows, you can't runs, gotta goes fast." I
So
was
that hurt
really
to read.
aroused by now. Now, you gotta read it like you're Swedish. I, I was really aroused by now. I couldn't really tell if this was a glitch or a hack or some kind of sick, twisted snuff film or anything really. But despite my arousal for this shit of what happened next, I kept playing. The next level looked so much different. It had the ground of the scrape shit zone, but the sky background looked like main menu, and it had the dark bloodish or blood reddish sky, cloudy sky. But it was the music that made me facepalm the most, due to this cliche crap. It sounded like Gygas's theme, right after you beat that faggot in Earthbound. I also noticed that Nipples looked afraid, just like Cum Dumpster did, though not as much. More rather, he looked a little unnerved, even though he is Pixels. He broke the fourth motherfucking wall, just like Cum Dumpster, and looked as if he wasn't sure what was going on. But I made a move anyway, because I'm a dick. Next.
Yep, you ready? Next.
No, your turn.
Alright.
He ran down the straight pathway, the dark porn lab, and he did the screen started to flicker in red static a couple of times, and then that maddening, retarded laugh came again. This past is making its own goddamn cliche. Then after a few seconds of running, I noticed several bloodstains on the metallic ground. I felt a growing sense of needing to crap again, thinking something horrible is gonna happen to Nipples, the enchilada. He looked nauseated, walking down this blood-stained road. Even though he's fake Pixels, but I still kept him going like the autist I am. Suddenly, as Nipples ran, Sonic appeared right in front of him, with those super cliche black and red eyes, and then red static appeared fucking again. When the static vanished, showed nothing but a black screen, text saying, "Found you. Times for rap. 3. I was now really aroused. Sonic raped her Nipples already? What was going on? This sounds like a really bad fan fiction. Anyways, red static came again. This shit is making another cliche. And then I was back at the level. Nipples looked like he was panicking, and Sonic was nowhere to be found. And this time, that high-pitched squealing from the Silent Vagina 1. Silent Vagina 1 final boss was playing. Was this some kind of boss battle with Sonic? I was hoping to furry Satan. It wasn't, honestly. Suddenly, Sonic appeared right behind Nipples in what appeared to be black, pixelated black smoke. I made Nipples turn around and then penetrate Sonic, but Sonic vanished in black, pixelated smoke before I could even land a dick slap on him. That terribly cliche laugh.
Are you masturbating to this?
Yep.
Because we just hear you in the
Actually,
background
hold
going,
on a second. There's something
oh
going
wait,
on.
is it your back bothering you again?
No, hold on a sec.
I'll continue reading. Then Sonic appeared behind Nipples again, and then I made him dick slap him again. And Sonic vanished again, laughing like a retard. Nipples was panicking even more, and I even felt like I was going crazy, as if I already wasn't. Sonic was panicking, practically toying with us like slaves. He was playing a sick, twisted little porn game with me, furry retarded ass and Nipples. Another cut fucking scene played as Nipples fell to his nipples and clutched his penis, sobbing like the pussy he is. I felt his agony because I'm an autist retard. Sonic was actually driving us both crazy, even though I'm already mentally ill as fuck. And then, in a split second, Sonic lunged at Nipples for maximum rape. And then the screen went black. Another distorted screech. Ear rape noise that lasted at least 30 seconds. My ears blood bad. Another text message appeared. So many cocks and anus to play with. So little time. Wouldn't you agree, you furry retard? What the fuck? Just what is going on? I started to think Sonic was trying to talk to me through the game, which is fucking stupid sounding. But I was aroused at the thought of hot Sonic XXX nipple smicks. To think that.
Okay, I guess I'm taking over.
Yes.
I was brought back to the main menu, and this time the second file box had nipples in the TV screen. His red fur had darkened to a reddish gray because he also went emo. His dreadlock...
Giggity?
Wait, what?
Say giggity.
Okay. His dreadlocks were dripping with blood, and his eyes were black and bleeding. Too super cliche. And he had a look of sadness on his face. I began to think that those are the actual characters trapped in those TV screens on the save files. Because I'm an autist fucking retard. I couldn't believe it. I did... Fucking hell, really? Did they actually make that joke? Oh, fuck this
I
writer.
didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe I was becoming...
No, that's my line. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe I was becoming Christian. So I shut off the game like a pussy and took a sex break by raping my turtles named Bob. Toast, no.
Don't you do this to me. I have nothing to do with this.
No, but you're the only one in here with a turtle.
Shut up. Shut up. They don't need to know that.
Toast, is there something you're not telling us?
The turtle
His name's
never
Tiki, not Bob.
I took a nap after wish I hadn't, 'cause I was violated while doing so, then began to have the most wonderful nightmarish wet dream ever. I was
Did
in
it
a...
involve you macing people in GameStop?
What? Oh.
I said, did it involve you macing people in GameStop?
Stop it. I was in a pitch black darkness, though I was under the light given off by a lamp that hung high above my head. I was naked and had a super hard-on, and all sorts of sex toys were around me. I could hear the aroused, dyed moans of nipples and cum dumpster nearby. They were saying stuff like, "Fuck us harder," and "Why didn't you fuck us before you did this?" and "Don't run away before he rapes you too." Their cries died out as I heard Sonic laugh his laugh. It sounded a lot like distorted, super cliche, retarded Kefka laugh. "So you're a lot of fun to rape, you little furry retard. Just like your Asperger-filled sex pal Kyle. Though he didn't last long to my 24-hour cock." I was aroused and looked around for the source of the hyena howls. "Won't be long until you join that little bitch and all my other porn stars. Gotta love them prawn files." I saw him walk towards me, flickering in and out in several directions, with 24 inches between his legs, including foreskin. Flaccid. Tapping out. Unless you want me to keep going.
Plus.
You can't run, you furry retard. You're in my prawn film now, just like the others. When he grabbed me cock, I saw his bleeding black and red-eyed grinning face. Cliche. I woke up with a cum shot, which landed right on Bob's the Turtles. After a couple hours, I decided to continue playing the game, because I'm not a pussy. I knew why, but I had to know. I had to figure out why this was happening. So I turned on the computer, turned on the game, and selected How to Basic next. I still thought that was wacky, playing as How to Basic. But anyway, the level title appeared again. This time, it said Egg Slut 17, which I thought was really hot. Because didn't you know, Egg Slut 17 makes Backyard Barn Sluts number 6 look like Barnyard Sluts number 1.
Oh god, they're fucking referencing South Park.
No, that was me.
Oh. I was
Couldn't
gonna
resist.
say.
I absolutely had to.
I was actually kind of surprised because a lot of people don't remember that episode.
I get a cookie for that, right?
You get a cookie and the pat on the head.
This time, I was in some kind of giant kitchen.
What the fuck? I'm not a woman. Why am I in the kitchen?
Because I'm too bored to fucking cook right now.
Damn it. Didn't really look like it was from any one of the classic, had to fucking say it, Sonic games. Though it had the pixelated style, the floor was shiny and checkered, the walls were dark grayish purple with animated candlelights and a few dark bloodstains here and there because the goddamn janitor was a lazy piece of shit.
Oh, so you were working that night?
Hey, I'm not a janitor anymore.
And there was a dark red curtain hanging above the top part of the screen. Every 12.1266666 seconds or so, that red curtain sways very slowly. But whenever you're playing the game, you can barely see it move. Because in a Sonic game, you certainly have better stuff to do than look at the fucking curtains. The music was oddly pleasant, a piano playing a rather sad yet peaceful song. But I knew better. This was the song that played in Gatto, Act 1. Only it wasn't in reverse. Shocker, not a cliche. How to Basic didn't look entirely nervous like Cum Dumpster and Nipples did, but he did have a suspicious look on his face as if he was just a bit eganoid. He did a little animation when I just left him standing there. He turns over his lower head to the left and to the right at least twice, and then crushes an egg with his legs while helicopter dicking, as if he doesn't even give a flying fuck.
There's gonna be that one person that asks where the helicopter dicking is.
Even though I was aroused out of my mind about what was going to happen, I had How to Basic continue onward. He did his usual running animation, you know, like when he likes to run off in his videos, as we continued going through the kitchen, because we couldn't find the goddamn sandwich maker.
Hey, I'm right here.
Then I stopped at a long flight of eggs leading downward, but now I was just getting bored again. Even How to Basic seemed bored. He made a noise and dropped an egg from his butt, though I pressed onward. As I led How to Basic down the eggs, I noticed the walls have got darker and more reddish. The red torches are now an eerie blue. I swore I could hear a baby crying and snoring. Every time it started up, How to Basic would shush it. Then we landed onto another hallway. This one was longer than the last one. At least it felt like it. And then we headed down another flight of eggs down. This one much longer. Took at least 2 full minutes.
Tag out.
And then I heard that horridly cliche Kefka laugh again, and then the music slowly faded until it was quiet, cliche. As it did, the walls turned more dark red, and the torches were black flame now. How you could see black flame in the dark, I do not know. When How to Basic landed onto the third kitchen, I noticed how he now looked really dirty now, though he tried to hide it by slapping fish together. I couldn't blame him, because I'm a furry autist. Suddenly, Sonic popped right in front of How to Basic the same way he did Nipples. And then red static. The red static lasted for about 15 seconds during that time. I heard eggs smashing and How to Basic grunting, while Sonic himself started to scream, and then it showed me the most unpleasant image. The image showed a hyper-realistic, super cliché of all clichés, of Sonic standing in the darkness where you could only see his face while his head and torso faded into black. Or not, I don't fucking know. And when I say hyper-realistic, I mean like he looked so real you could actually see the lines in his blue fur, as if you could actually feel the fur if you touch the screen. I'm just really fucking retarded. Disregard that, I said cock. His face, lol, had the most lol-filled smile I'd ever seen. And that's saying something, considering I saw that image at the start of the game. His eyes are wide and black and once again crying blood, which also looked hyper-realistic. This is super cliche even for me. And there were 2 small glowing red dots in those black eyes staring right at me. Cliche. Again. As if staring into my mind. His grin was wide and demonic. Cliche. It literally stretched to the sides of his face like a Cheshire cat, except Sonic had fangs, very sharp fangs, much like the Werehog XXX teeth, except more vicious looking, somewhat yellowish, and from the look of it, he had stains of blood and small bits of flesh on his lips and things as if he ate some animal's dick off.
Ah, the honey badger treatment.
I stared at that super lowly image for a good, just to be sure, lowly that they're referring to is LOL, not lowly as in the small pedophilic child. Never mind. A good 30 seconds, never taking my eyes off of it. I felt as if he was actually looking at me, smiling at me. That face. It just took 10 thrusts for it to penetrate itself into my brain for good. And then the screen flickered with red static again 3 times, and on the 3rd time I heard that retarded Kefka laugh, except this time it sounded distorted, demonic even. Had to turn a cliche into a super cliche. And went back to the image again, except this time there was text again, though it was messed up, but it was pretty much one of the most retarded things I looked at since I had this game. I am God and super fucking fists! It was when I read that message while looking at Sonic when it hit me. I realized right there and then, this Sonic was a monster, a pure, evil, sadistic, all-powerful, sexy, demented monster, and all of his victims, including Cum Dumpster, Nipples, possibly How To Basic, and my sweet sex pal, retard Kyle, are just his little toys. And the game is a very gateway into his chaotic, nightmarish snuff film porn world, and the very heaven his victims are trapped in. Suddenly, in an actual split second, I screamed like that Swedish faggot named PewDiePie as Sonic lunged at the screen for maximum rape, screeching loudly with his mouth wide open to an unnatural length, revealing nothing but a literally spiraling abyss of pure darkness and AIDS before the red static came again. This time much louder and distorted, so loud that it hurt my ears and my eyes exploded. I yelled and grabbed my face as the red static screeched for a good 7 seconds and hyper-realistic blood shot from my eye sockets. My eyes regrew for some goddamn reason. Then it stopped and showed nothing but black screen. As I sat there staring at the black screen, one last text came up. Ready for round 2, JC the hyena, you furry retard? The now super cliche Kefka laugh, now sounding more clear as if Sonic was right behind me, played again 3 times as I looked at the text in shock and confusion. And also horniness. Then I got booted back to the main menu, and this time the 3rd save file had a TV image of eggs, all broken and matching Cum Dumpster and Nipples. How To Basic was not seen at all. I looked at Cum Dumpster, Nipples, and those eggs, and I jizzed a little bit. I laughed at them for the agony they're going through. They were forever trapped within this crap, forever tormented by the horrid Hedgehog XXX, and always will be. Then the computer shut itself off, and a skeleton popped out back in. I couldn't turn it back on no matter what I did. I sat there for maybe 25 seconds, laughing by what had just happened. Sonic is the very embodiment of porno, or prawn films. He tortures people who play his games in more ways than one, and then, When he gets bored, he drags you into the game, literally drags you to hell, where he can play with you always as his toy. His sex toy. I can't get the game out of my computer. I think it's stuck in there, but at least I managed to turn it back on now. Because that was a good fucking idea. This is why autists shouldn't be allowed near computers. I've had sex with autists, so I can do that joke. After I sat there for 25 seconds, I heard a voice right behind me, like a whisper. Try to keep this interesting for me, you autistic piece of shit, dick sucker bastard son of a bitch horsecock. I turned around to see where the voice came from, and what I saw made me scream like please die pie. Sitting on my bed, staring right at me, was a retarded Sonic plushie smiling with blood stained under his eyes. Cliché. As I thought I was about to die, How to Basic kicked the door down while naked and covered in food and blood. The Sonic doll looked at him with a worried face and screamed, "No! Eggs are my only weakness!" And How to Basic grunted like a manly man and killed Sonic with 1,000 eggs.
Man.
After this, I tried to suck his eggs, but he roundhouse kicked me across the face and slapped me with a rotten fish. Then he jumped out my window and Egg flew back to Australia. I never saw him again.
It's over.
Sad.
Toast took it and finished it. But yeah, guys, so that was the stream tonight. Thank you for the 8,000 subs.
That was cancer.
It was. And next Friday, next Monday. What fucking day is everybody off? Monday?
I'm working Monday.
Tuesday?
Should be.
Yeah, I'll be off Tuesday night.
So I'll be with King Leak. I think we should all get together on Tuesday. I think my laptop can handle some EXE games. We should do Sonic.Exe stream with the games while I'm at the hotel with King Leak. See, we can hear King Leak scream like a bitch.
That'd be funny.
You like that idea?
Yep.
Yeah, what the hell? If I'm off, with my work, who the hell knows?
Yeah, true. So I'm glad you guys, this was a mistake. This was a mistake. Don't forget to check out
Yes.
the PayPal, the Patreon, and all that jazz. And we'll all see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.